Hello, Canada, and welcome again to the Best of Kart on ESPN Classic Canada. The year is 1995. Jacques Villeneuve was in his second kart season after taking the Rookie of the Year title the year before. Villeneuve always, of course, faced with comparisons to his father, but he was quickly showing that he was his own driver. He won the season opener in Miami and then added the Indy 500. He and Team Green were on the pole in Portland and now were quickest again in the dairy country of Wisconsin, Elkhart, Lake, and Road America. Now, when he was asked about his father, Villeneuve always said, look, I can't remember very much about the racing. I was only 10 when my father died, but he must have picked up something. Villeneuve has always had a great seat-of-the-pants feel for a car, knowing just how much pressure to let out of a tire or how much extra wing was needed. And it used to be a point of argument when he got to Formula One and Williams. You see, the engineers in Formula One rely much more on their computers, and they were very, very reluctant to listen to the Canadian kid and his gut. But more often than not, he was right. Now, Road America has always been a Villeneuve family favorite. His uncle, Jacques, won the race in '85. Jacques won in '94 and now put himself on the pole in record time, shattering the previous mark by 5 seconds. Gilles de Ferran joined him on the front row. Paul Tracy, battling a broken foot, was inside row 6. The year, 1995. Road America, Elkhart Lake. This is the Best of Kart on ESPN Classic Canada.
Back at Road America, celebrating its 40th anniversary as the cars now begin the pace lap. Still 4 miles to go. 24 of these cars qualified under last year's track record. On the pole is Jacques Villeneuve. He broke the track record himself by the widest margin ever at Road America, over 5 seconds, alongside Gilles de Ferran, the best starting position for this first-year driver. Row 2 is Michael Andretti, a 2-time winner here, still looking for his first win of '95. And Raul Boesel, coming off the best finish of the season, a 4th at Portland. In row 3, it's Al Unser Jr. He celebrated his IndyCar championship at this very track last year. Alongside is Bobby Rahal, the 3-time champion, hopes to end a 42-race winless streak. In row 4, it's Scott Pruitt, Friday's provisional pole sitter who didn't improve very much on Saturday. Alongside is Teo Fabi. In the 5th row is Christian Fittipaldi. A late race spin at Portland ended a great run for the rookie. And Brian Herta, who hopes today will bring his 3rd finish of the year. In the 6th row is Paul Tracy, the 1993 winner here. And Andre Ribeiro. Row 7, Parker Johnstone. This is the best start of his career. And Jimmy Vasser with the worst start of the year for the winner at Portland. In the 8th row, Adrian Fernandez with 4 top 10 finishes in the last 5 races. And Robbie Gordon with 2 wins this season has Robbie just 1 point out of the points lead. In row 9, Stefan Johansson and Mauricio Gugelmin. The 10th row, Danny Sullivan and Eliseo Salazar. Row 11, Emerson Fittipaldi and Eddie Cheever. Row 12, Alessandro Zampedri and Marco Greco. The 13th row, Eric Bachelard and Hiro Matsushita. And the 14th row, rookie Hubert Stromberger and Carlos Guerrero. So that's the way they'll line up here. 4 miles, 11 turns, 50 laps. You have to have the pit stops absolutely dead on. The first fuel stop at lap number 16. Because of the length of the course, everything is so critical here as to getting in the pits right on time, because you'll never make it around another lap. In the Nations Cup, well, there's the way the point standings are right now, with the United States still in the lead, but Canada closing in, and Brazil very definitely with a chance as well. Manufacturers' Championship also being contested here this weekend, with Ford Cosworth out in front of Mercedes-Benz, 172 to 140. And in today's field, the chassis, the engines, the tire breakdown should make for one terrific race. And this circuit is so well known by so many club racers who have raced here over 40 years, Derek.
Undoubtedly one of the finest road racing facilities in North America. 200 miles an hour down these long front straights. And here's the key passing zones marked in red. Down at turn 1, down at turn 5, the slowest corner on the racetrack, down at turn 8, and then the Canada corner where we've seen so much action in the past. All resurfaced, and this year, faster than ever.
Let's go to Jan Beekes, pit side.
Paul, a quick update on Robbie Gordon. They went to fire up that car before the race. It would not fire. They switched quickly to the spare car. Robbie Gordon, who's starting 16th, already had a tough weekend. It just got tougher. It turns out electrical problems on his primary car.
And that doesn't seem to have much luck in the past couple of races, so we'll definitely keep an eye on Robbie Gordon. Gary Gerald?
Well, Paul, a quick update on Jacques Villeneuve as we anticipate green. There are concerns. He had problems with a sensor in the shifting mechanism this morning, got only 2 laps. They don't know if they've got the problem cured. They're about to find out.
All right, some of the action already before the start of this race. The bright yellow car of Gilles de Ferran, Jacques Villeneuve on the pole as the field now begins to move very, very slowly under the control, of course, of the pole sitter. And I think they want to make sure they come through this corner at the bottom of the hill, the last corner on to the main and pit straight, very, very carefully. Now they begin to accelerate. The pace car takes off. They come up the hill, pass under the bridge. The green flag should await them at the top of the rise. And here we go as Jacques Villeneuve jumps into the lead. De Ferran right behind him. Raoul Boisel comes down. And Michael Andretti moves to the inside, tries to battle it out for third. They're wheel to wheel. Clean through the first corner. Now downhill again. Tremendous elevation changes here.
And you can see that Michael Andretti tried to put the squeeze on Boisel. Boisel kept running and didn't allow Michael down the inside. Now Michael comes down the inside at turn 5, one of the braking zones.
Boy, Michael Andretti is not going to let Boisel go if he has any say about it. He doesn't there, though. Slams the brakes. The entire field now coming through station 5, climbing to the top of the hill.
So close under braking. You saw what Boisel did. He moved down to the middle of the road to squeeze Michael. That's defensive driving. You are allowed to do that. It is correct. Look at Villeneuve slip and slide through the right-hand kink.
For the time being, they hope one car off at the top of the hill at 6. And looks like he's getting back on, but we don't have a clue. Robbie Gordon, more trouble. So Robbie Gordon off at the top of the hill. Now has to chase the rest of the field. Jacques Villeneuve still unchallenged. They head down through Thunder Valley, through the kink.
And Villeneuve takes advantage of that low downforce, runs down these long straights, 200 miles an hour with Gilles de Ferran in pursuit. Robbie Gordon now has had a terrible weekend, jumped into this car just before the start of this race. Here's where it began to go wrong. This is turn 5. He's already off the road onto the dirt. Then he goes up the top of the hill, has stones and marbles on his tires, and right through the gravel trap, and lucky to come out the other side onto the grass, and the continuation of a struggle for Robbie Gordon's Valvoline car.
Now we had an onboard camera on Robbie Gordon's car, but with that change at the last minute, it changed a lot of things to the backup car, but we couldn't get the camera over there. We apologize for that. Still got plenty of great onboard cameras for you. I think you're going to love them, especially at this circuit. We'll try throughout the afternoon to take a lap or two just listening and watching the cars. Raoul Boisel, the battle for third place, broken off for the moment. Michael Andretti still in pursuit. It's Villeneuve, de Ferran, Boisel, Michael Andretti, Al Unser Jr., Scott Pruitt. Paul Tracy's moved up into 7th place. Bobby Rahal is 8th. 9th is Christian Fittipaldi, and Teo Fabi is 10th. On board now with Paul Tracy as he battles it out with Al Unser Jr. and with Scott Pruitt.
Slices by Scott Pruitt in tremendous pain this morning in the warm-up. The wounds that he had, a plate and 4 screws inserted through on his left foot, burst the stitches, opened up, and he was in considerable pain, had ice packs on it after the warm-up, and wasn't sure if he could actually handle the full length of this race. Scott Pruitt closes up under braking.
Gives you an idea of Paul Tracy's dedication to the sport, though, that he's at least going to try it. And in fact, when we saw him last night, he was in great spirits and all ready to go in this race. And that's at the end of a terrible week. Not only did he have that broken leg, he got his house broken into this week. Not had a good one.
There he is, following Al Unser Jr. Jr. came here with very low downforce. The Penske car did 204 miles an hour down these long straights on Friday. Then they began to realize it just wasn't fast enough, wound the wing on, gave him more downforce, and he went much, much faster.
Paul Tracy, 7th place. Back from Michael Andretti's car as they climb the hill, looking back at the 5th place of Al Unser Jr. as they flash across the line, completing the 2nd lap here. 50 laps, 200 miles. Into the first turn, downhill. The right-hander just ahead.
Severe braking here for these cars. You jump up on the pedal. Look at Alice Jr. accelerates so much faster than Michael. Oh, wheel to wheel.
Oh, they touch! Oh, no! Michael and Al get together, and both are off, both are damaged, both are out.
And that's a 170-mile-an-hour crash for Al Unser Jr. and Michael Andretti, and we saw it unfold as they got close to one another and eventually made severe contact.
Well, was I premature? Did that pen? No. Left front's badly damaged.
Two championship contenders out of this race after precious few laps. 2 laps completed.
And a lot of debris, grass and gravel out on the race course. That may bring out a full course caution. The good news is with the giant course, yes, in fact, full course caution comes out. Johnny Rutherford will bring out the PPG pace car, and they will slow the field down. Al Unser Jr. in his first DNF of the season after contact with Michael Andretti. And Derek, just a simple matter of the two of them getting together.
And he comes off turn 3 much faster. Now Michael, I don't think he knows he's there. He begins to move across onto line. There it is, 170 miles an hour, and he turns Michael Andretti sideways, then backwards into the guardrail. Suspension damage for Al Unser Jr. and 2 of the championship contenders out after 2 laps. Here it is. This is turn 3. I don't believe Michael ever knew Al Unser Jr. was that close. Here it is from the helicopter. Al Unser Jr. on the outside line. Michael never sees him. 170 miles an hour. He goes sideways. Lucky he didn't destroy Carl Haas's Lola.
And that is a blind spot, though, on Michael's car, is it not?
Oh, it is a blind spot. We had a better view from our camera than Michael had. Here it is here again. You can see that Al Unser Jr., his only option was to run wide onto the grass. If he did that at 170 miles an hour, he knew he was going to lose control. But let's look again. The slow-mo in-car. Al Jr. was much, much faster exiting turn 3. He had a run. Watch here. There's the contact. I would have to say that Al Unser Jr. began to stick his nose in, and I will almost guarantee you that Michael never knew he was there, because no driver would ever move across at that type of speed and deliberately cause some contact like that. But it's over for the day. 2 drivers who have been critical in the championship battle, and they will both go pointless today at Road America in the Texaco Haviland 200. We're under full course yellow.